Streaming. That's the one I wanted. Alright, let's see what happens. They're receiving my content. My audience will see it in a moment. Get ready. Oh, I forgot to move this up here. We are now live. We've been live for negative 3 minutes and 8 seconds.
Yeah, perfect.
So, okay. I'm doing my typical stare at a screen and say nothing for about a minute while I try to futz around with the interface. This is the best part. Oh my god, Kajit is here and he's the first, lol. Man, you're on the ball, Kajit. Come on. Come on, YouTube interface. Move that thing. I know you can do it. I've seen you do it. Oh, there we go. Okay. And... yeah? Yeah?
Thinking about it.
Oh, man. Yeah, I can't figure out if my computer's crashing because I'm bad at streaming, or because it's Wi-Fi, or because of all the various audio visual hardware I've hooked up. Hello, Samuel Rodriguez Garcia. Oh, come on, come on. So close. Just stay there. That's all I want you to do is just stay. Did you know that UI is really important?
And usability.
I mean, the fact that they let you move the chat up by the screen is super awesome all the times that it works. Oh.
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 Alright, never touch it again.
Okay. Well, it resets every time I go off the page.
Yeah, never reset it again. Never leave. Never stop streaming, bro.
Hey everyone. This is the official beginning. I'm going to introduce you to my friend Pat. Ready? Now we're going to see it move in 20 seconds and see if you're actually on the screen or not. Oh, wait, no. I have a preview way. No.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're
Sweet.
there.
Oh, yeah, there we go. He's the good thumb that's visible.
Okay, cool. This is Pat. He's my friend. He's helped me with several art-related projects. He's got the big, like, wood cutting things that I don't have.
The shop.
Yes. So, let me see if I can get the mic closer to both of us. Not that we should be restrained by where a mic is, but can't hurt.
Mostly don't see it on screen. Yeah, no, not on screen. Perfect.
Wait.
Oh,
no, that's cable.
The cord. Yeah.
Okay. We're on point.
Okay.
No. I know there's a good way to do this. I just haven't figured it out yet.
It's just wrap it around one of the lights or other electrical cords you have dangling.
Because it's wrapped around the camera, and if I undo the camera, that shuts down everything.
Yeah.
Alright, I have a better idea. I'm going to put the mic back where it was.
Do you have a zip tie or a thing to
you know, somewhere.
Oh, here's one right here.
I think it might be broken. Cut it. No? No, it's fine now. It's fine.
Right, okay, here. I'm just going to do this anyway.
Okay. Let's do that anyway. This is the quality entertainment you come to YouTube for, everyone. Alright. So, let's see. I was trying to think of what to stream tonight. As you guys may or may not know, I'm experimenting with what night to stream. This is my first week really streaming regularly, and so I don't know when the most people show up. So far, I got 13 people. I think yesterday I had a maximum of 22. So, we'll see what it hits tonight.
Living big.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to work on a project that Pat's making. You want to introduce it and tell us about it?
I love Dead Cells. I've been playing it for many hours.
I can't wait to get to it. I gotta finish Salt and Sanctuary first because I got that on my PlayStation Vita.
I'm gonna okay it because I've had trouble playing other games. I just basically want to play Dead Cells all the time. So I wanted to make something really cool. And there we go. So I made this thing, which...
Here, I'm going to hold it up to this camera. It's higher quality.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's another camera. That's much better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's basically one of the few pieces of non-pixel art from the game. It's basically the cover art. Cut it out on my scroll saw. And then the thing that I've been debating is... I was thinking I could leave it open like this, or I could start doing what I've done here, and then Josh told me, hey, why don't you just come on over now, which is why it's in a partially completed state, where the idea is, painting the back portions to, like more closely match the art, and then the other idea was...
You don't have the reference art on you, do you?
I have it on my phone.
Just crack that out. Crack open a cold one with the boys.
All right. So the other idea was to just use like a piece of plexiglass or something to have it be more like a stained glass window. So
here, let me see if this works.
I'll let you do.
How well? Focus.
Oh, so close.
There we go.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Okay.
There you go. So yeah, that's the main character you play in Dead Cells. There he is, looking awesome. Some arrows in his back, holding said dead cell.
I thought it'd be cool to have the area behind him backlit, like painted, but then there's a light behind it, and then his eye lit up. Would be awesome. But I don't know. We would have to figure out a way to actually light behind it. I mean, I guess you could just make it...
Put it to a window.
Hang it, put it in a window.
Yeah, one of the things I suffer from as a woodworker is just enjoying the beauty of the wood itself. So I...
Yeah, you don't want to...
Yeah,
the fact that you made it out of wood makes it special in and of itself.
Yeah.
You don't want it to look like it was made out of plastic. Just stamped at a factory.
Yeah, so I have a tendency to shy away from using a lot of paint, but I certainly enjoy using stains. But if it makes it look more awesome, then that's the thing I want to do. So I figure Josh would be an excellent person to help guide me on some of these artistic decisions.
I have an idea. Grab that piece of clear there. I want to use that as a scrap sort of test thingy. This is an old plastic from a poster frame. Oh, there's a storm.
Oh no!
Okay, let's lift that off. Oh snap! I just saw an excellent Key and Peele skit last night where he's like an 80s action hero and he's sneaking into this drug lord's compound. And he just sneaks up behind everyone and just breaks their neck effortlessly. And then it just, the joke is progressively gets easier and easier to snap everyone's neck to the point where there was a guy who had a beard that was just like mine. It was like a long, scraggly thing that went down. He snuck up behind him and just went, tug! And broke his neck. Hold on. I have no idea what brought that up. Oh, because I said, oh, snapped. That's what the bad guy says. He's like, oh, snap. And he's about to break his neck. But in the process of breaking the good guy's neck, he breaks his own neck. It's a great skit.
Yeah.
Key and Peele.
They're all good.
I recommend it. Okay. So this is the stuff I was telling Pat would be cool to see if this works for him. I'm trying to think if I have any finished stuff with it. Oh, I do, but it's really high and far away, back behind that wall. I'd have to get a ladder. Do you know any stand-up routines? I can go grab that in about
well, you said you needed a ladder. That's a stand-up routine.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna leave you to it.
Oh no.
I'll be right back. Oh man, you better be as entertaining.
Yeah,
as me.
man. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna talk about.
Talk about Dead Cells.
Yeah, Dead Cells is. Oh yeah, and there's people saying stuff in the chat.
Oh, read me what they're saying.
Oh, good night. Yeah.
Good night.
Watercolor on paper. Yeah, that is also a great idea. This was a real last-minute thing, so I did not have any time to prepare at all.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this took like, I don't know, maybe 10 hours total, I think, to get it to this stage. Using a scroll saw is one of my favorite shop tools of all time. But I had to take the original piece of art and then spend a lot of time just kind of figuring, simplifying a lot of shapes. There's some cool things I had to leave out of this guy because I wanted to spend, like less than 20 hours cutting it out. And then I also had to make a lot of choices on, like what lines I felt, helped still embody the character without losing too much stuff. So that's why, and then I also needed a lot of stability. Like this is out of half-inch plywood, and like plywood sometimes has a bad rap. There we go. But it's fantastic, and for all these like really intricate lines, the half-inch plywood is super great because it's still pretty sturdy. There's a little bit of flex here that you may or may not be able to see when I press on it. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, held up really nice. So it was 5-ish hours, I think, of just making a version of this for me to start cutting, and then I think it was maybe another 5, maybe even 10 of actually cutting it out, which is, as I said, super tedious, but a lot of fun.
Well,
Yeah,
I
Josh
could
is
not
back.
find the thing that I found a thing that I started to do with this thing on. So this is like liquid leading, quote unquote,
Oh,
right?
I
And
see.
so it's
Yeah.
like you put it there, and then you put the colors in between, and the colors are transparent, mostly. So let's throw some down real quick, just so we get a sense for it. I think it takes about 10 or 15 minutes to actually set up, so I really should have prepped this first. There might be some other stuff we could... Oh yeah, I actually know exactly what we should do while we're waiting for this. So that's
a lot more than I was
the really,
expecting.
really messy way to do it. Alright. Now you've worked with real stained glass before,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, I do. I make real stained glass pieces.
Yeah.
So this
So you will
faux
know
stained
how
glass-
well this holds up.
Yeah, this faux stained glass is a new territory for me.
What I'm thinking is, we don't have to rely on faking that it's like pieces that are leaded together, because it's just going to be like...
Yeah, the wood is the
kind of-
leading.
Yeah, yeah. So let's try a couple colors. Can you get that image again, just so I have an idea what colors to be looking for? I feel like it was mostly blues and...
Mostly blues, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so some purple, yellow, and then he himself is blue.
Yeah. So basically, no, that's too much work. So basically the orb dead cell thing that he's holding is
Hi,
is
Jonathan.
illuminating. So so his,
the orb, yeah.
The orb is the the very, very light blue. Yeah, pretty good on what you got there. And then it's illuminating the back of his pant leg and arm. And then the rest of his body is a much, much darker blue. And then he's got... his head is really just this swirling, misty red thing.
Smoky mist, magic smoke mist. So now, we can obviously mix these on a palette before we apply them, but I'm just seeing, like, what happens when we mix this shade of red with this shade of blue? Do we get something close to that purple?
What is the dry time on these guys?
See what it says.
What? It dries in 8 hours.
Oh, perfect.
Humidity sensitive.
I know that it dries to the touch in much, much less time than that.
So are they all the same? They definitely probably look.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're all. And there's a, like, just the transparent. I think that's what this is. Yeah, window color. you could mix down any of these to make them like really light, light color. Yeah. But actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and move to a paintbrush. I've used like sticks before, but I'm usually working on something flat, and so you can like just scoop it in there because it looks really nice when it's thick.
Feels super awkward just watching. Just like, go, Josh! Hey, you mixed that.
Yeah. You should go to like the who is there a name for the people on the night the late night shows who sit there and just like laugh at the jokes?
Like Andy Richter.
Yeah.
But Andy Richter's awesome. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Well, he certainly was on Arrested Development.
Definitely the sidekick.
Just curious how thick I can get this mix. I do have a heat gun that we can probably apply to speed up this process.
Is it easy to tell me where it is?
I think it's in that pile of tangled wire. Oh yeah, it's right there. You can actually see it poking out.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
plugged in even.
Yeah. I remember being able to get some really cool, like, swirling mixes. Let's see how close.
Gonna make sure it runs.
Hey, Alexander. I have not actually sorted all the tech stuff out. Last stream ended abruptly when my computer just locked up, and I'm still trying to figure out why, but hey, it's working right now. Also, I'm really glad I could make things awkward for you by having a guest here. Okay. Well, let me do one bit of yellow too. Yeah, I'm actually glad you came over with this project, because I mean, this paint's just been sitting in my drawer for, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad to use it while it still has some life. I think this still has life.
Hopefully it has some life. It's like a needle or file we can poke through.
I think there's just like, yeah, it's just not much in there. Alright, let's go and hit that on the low setting for a minute or two and see how that works out. Alright, let me catch up on chat. Alright, hi Malcolm, things are blurry? Yeah, that's right, because I moved it up close. So when I have my camera set to autofocus, it puts all these awful squares on the screen. And when I don't have it on autofocus, obviously, I have to babysit it all the time. Jonathan, we are making a character from Dead Cells piece of art. Pat is making, he did this on a scroll saw. And then we're doing, well, we're going to see. I don't know that we're doing it yet. We're going to see how cool it looks if it's got kind of a stained glass behind this wood. This is the art that he's basing it on. So pretty cool.
Definitely concerned about the success of the heat gun.
Yeah, it may be too
Feels
much.
More like it's blistering to me.
It might might be. Yeah. We can...
Here, let's show the audience what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, until it starts to actually get... So you can see it's starting to get translucent in areas where it's drying. As it dries, it gets more and more transparent.
I think the force of air is also detrimental.
It's like moving it around.
Yeah, like you can see how it's separating, there and there, and I'm trying to spread it around, but where it's thicker, it's holding on.
I'm trying to think if there's another way to speed it along. Let's see if it says here.
I do not know where a safe place is to hang this.
Yeah, you can put it on that orange bucket. It's probably, if it melts that a little bit, we probably won't die. Probably won't start a fire. These instructions are not English.
Is this similar?
Well, it contains no lead. That's good. Yeah, that doesn't help.
Yeah. Cleans up with soap and water.
Well, here's certainly something we could do while we wait for this to set up. Is we can work on transferring our... Oh, you already have it drawn out. Oh, partially.
Yeah.
But if you want to paint that, then you should probably go in and
mark out
finish,
what areas are painted, yeah.
Let's see if I have a little pencil. I want to say just spray paint, and then but then that would ruin the wood. Unless you sanded it down afterward. But then it would still ruin the inside of the wood.
Yeah. And it's plywood, so it's only a veneer layer and doesn't sand well.
Gosh, I've got pencils in my sketchbook, which is at work. I have a pen. Would that work? There's that too.
There might be a pencil in my car, which is right out there. So I'm going to check real quick.
Yeah, you go check. It's less awkward when you're gone than when I'm gone. But now I'm going to make it awkward. I'm just going to stare at the camera and drink. And the camera shuts off. Why does it do that? Why? I feel like it's a sensor cleaning thing, but... I wish I knew anything about technology. That would be so awesome! Hello, camera. Hello.
Found one.
Sweet.
Hopefully it has... I can only hear what's... Mechanical pencil, I can only hear one little bit of lead left. So hopefully I've got enough for this.
Huh. Okay. Got my camera view there. You guys, this stream's gonna be so much better once I have this stuff figured out. Does that work? Does that work? Yes, okay. Jeez. If anyone owns a Rebel EOS SLI camera and can tell me why it randomly shuts off, let me know. I've set it so its sleep mode is completely off. I've set it so it doesn't do sensor cleaning ever without manually doing it, and it still does this. So, all you tech heads out there, if you know anything, let me know. Yeah, I should put my credit card number on the screen that I keep flipping to. That's a good idea. The sensor overheating. Maybe. I don't think my camera's hot. I actually have a battery replacement that goes into an AC outlet, so I don't have to worry about the battery dying. Camera doesn't feel hot.
I realize that Some of this tracing's almost impossible because of how thin the
Yeah,
space
well,
is.
the good thing is the lines are so thick there that you've got a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah, so some of these I'm just gonna kind of trace out the larger blob.
Let's actually focus on what you're doing.
I can also move myself over there.
Yeah, why don't you move over here?
Oh, I want to get a
You can
chair.
Sit in that chair.
Oh man.
It's the kingmaker.
Okay. Oops.
That is how you get 9,000 subscriptions, is by sitting in that chair. You did it! You got 9,000 subs.
Yeah. They can watch me struggle like a noob.
Let's see. Gonna go wash this brush real quick before it's ruined.
Oh, now I can't see chat. I can't respond to all the questions no one is asking me.
Things are getting real. Jonathan Zook sees it. Huh.
Alright, so I'm trying to make this pleasant to look at. Yeah.
What is this part? Is that
Oh,
part
I
of the
haven't
thing?
cut it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. You have a cut on your phone.
Yeah, like, I mean, that needs to get cut out, as do those two pieces, and there's a couple of small ones.
Oh, I got
you know, I had to rush over here,
Yeah.
so I cut it short.
Oh,
Yeah.
I approve.
Basically, like, there's no way I can trace in all these small sections, so now I have to awkwardly kind of...
Oh, look at this. I got a beginner's guide to this stuff. Oh, that's right. They've got little, like, glass beads, so you could get this kind of cool texture if you wanted it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do a tutorial on this stuff. As soon as I have the sculpture done that I'm using it for.
Basically, as long as we get the paint in the visible section, going something that's covered by the wood won't matter.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to make sure I've got all the real broad strokes. I think I've got his hand here.
Alexander says they think on some cameras it's just a safety feature to keep you from using live view for too long a period. Probably. I definitely wanting to get another camera soon that I can rely on. Making some educated guesses there.
Yeah. Did I see? Whoops. Fuzz.
Do not want fuzz. So you're going to PAX?
You bet.
Nice. I'm going to I'm not going to PAX unless someone magically gives me a ticket, but I'm going to the extra credits party. Did you guys know I've been a guest on Extra Play from Extra Credits? Just check it out if you like game commentary and stuff. We did a Zelda Wind Waker, Breath of the Wild. We did Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted 4, something else I can't remember. Oh, Tomb Raider. The drawing screen is frozen. Yes, it is. Look at that. What did you do, Pat? Did you just stop working?
I'm really good at my freezes.
Jonathan says you're his favorite guest. Congratulations.
Yeah, right.
You are the first and only guest. Oh, you're saying I was the favorite guest on Extra Play, not you're my favorite guest here. Sorry. Maybe someone will think you're favorite at some point.
Hopefully I'm not the worst. Although I guess I kind of am. Let's be honest.
Well, you're the worst and the best.
Yeah.
So far. Thanks, Alexander. Glad you watched those. Glad you liked those. Okay. I'm going to figure this camera thing out. I know it. I can feel it. Okay. So, in the camera view, it is updating. In OBS... Oh, in OBS it just started. I wonder if I needed to wiggle it to remind it that it existed. Okay, Jonathan says you're the best too. Is it working now? I think so. Shopgrade is asking if that stuff is MDF.
No, it's just a half-inch plywood.
Half-inch plywood.
I have never scrolled on MDF. I'm guessing it would probably work, but I certainly wouldn't have this beautiful wood grain pattern.
Right. I want to emphasize that wood grain pattern. Do you think... Are you going to leave it light? Because I kind of feel like if the colors in the background are really vivid, maybe if it was like stained really dark or something.
I'm struggling with that because, so the stain, there's several ways to apply a stain, and brushing I think would be a bad idea because there's so many nooks and crannies that I would get. Is it frozen again? OBS
yes.
OBS looks frozen.
I think they can still hear us though.
Yeah. Anyway, so the interior, sections, the walls essentially. Nice. Yeah. So like.
Yeah, it is like, half an inch deep.
Yeah, it's half an inch deep. So if I was to brush it on, then you'd get like really uneven coverage. So the best way would be to spray it. Yeah. And I've never sprayed stain before. It's totally doable, and I have a
sprayer for it.
A HVLP, a high velocity, low pressure sprayer. It's purpose built for this kind of stuff. But I've not used it for a stain, so I want to test it. But I kind of want this done like for PAX.
Yeah.
So it means I need to finish it all up tomorrow. So I might try it out and see if it sprays well on a test piece, or I might just have to live with it as is.
I mean, it's definitely, it's not a bad thing to be how it is right now.
Right.
It's got some beautiful wood grain in it.
Yeah, but exactly like
and it emphasizes that it is wood.
The image itself, indeed, the wood parts represent generally the shadows.
Right.
So,
that's why I think it would be like kind of flat, too flat looking if it stayed light.
Oh, man, this is challenging.
Yeah, like me, you probably don't think through exactly how long a thing is going to take before you start it.
I knew it was going to take a while. And like I said, too.
I mean, you had to pop your little saw out and back in for every one of those crazy little...
Every single one. There were just
There's probably at least 50 or 60, I'm going to guess.
Yeah. And some of them I sort of did in like 2 passes. Because it was, just awkward for some reason.
Yeah, you have to get it and move it around the other way. Shopgrade says he works in a hardware store and most people use Baltic birch for scroll saws.
Oh, yeah. This is, unfortunately, just Home Depot grade plywood, not Baltic birch. So yeah, Baltic birch, for those that don't know, and why would most people?
They don't live in Baltia.
Yeah. Plywood has, it's made up of several layers. So, oh yeah, and the reason why it's good is you can see the grain direction is running this way, and plywood alternates what direction the grain is. Right. So that's why I can have a piece like this, where you see, the grain's running this way, but that's just the face veneer. The layer below it, the grain's running this way, so it's got a lot of strength, and then alternates, and then alternates again. So I can get away with all these wacky curves if it was just a piece of hard, solid wood. And then Baltic birch is nice because there's a very, very thin face veneer on either side, and then it's these relatively thicker parts, and Baltic birch generally has, it's called plies, plywood. So Baltic birch has even thickness plies on the face as well as the interior. So you can sand them a little as well.
Okay.
It's really nice, really rigid. And if I would have had some on hand, I definitely would have used that.
Hey Alexander, thanks for staying up till midnight to watch. See you later. Okay, we're getting to the point where last night the stream just cut out for no reason I could tell, and we'll see if that happens again. I just ordered a 60-foot length of cable so I can actually go from my modem in the living room all the way out here, so
that'll be nice.
We'll have a solid pipe to rule that out is the problem. Ogres are not like parfaits. Ogres are like wood. I thought ogres were like onions. Huh.
Alright.
So, it's mostly just these little parts.
Yep.
You'll definitely have to take a picture of this before you deliver it so I can show it on the next live stream.
Yes. Hopefully it looks a little different than how it does now. But it might just look shinier. We will see.
Drive faster. Might blow around a little bit less now. Well, I guess one cool thing, now that I'm thinking about it, is the background doesn't, it shouldn't be attached to it yet.
No.
So we can totally paint it, and then if it doesn't look right, no loss, no harm,
nope.
No foul. So.
Correct.
Hi, Mr. Tree Stump. This man in your home is Pat.
Hello, Mr. Tree Stump.
He came because I invited him, like a vampire. He only comes in if invited. Don't worry. So Shopgrade, this is a piece of art that he's making based on the game Dead Cells, which is an indie game. Is it like done yet, or is it still in alpha?
I think it's technically still in their open beta, but
open beta.
They've certainly released several updates.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty polished when I started playing several months ago, and it just continues to get better and better.
Yeah. So you're actually making this for the developers to give to them?
I would like to, because
sweet.
I love the game so much. It's just, it hits all these sweet spots for me.
It's funny, I do that for bands that I like. Like, I've made Demon Hunter sculptures that I've given to Ryan from Demon Hunter, and I made a Virgin Black statue that I gave to the band Virgin Black. Yeah, I guess that's just one of those things when you just creatively output stuff, you just want to direct it towards other people who have inspired you, and you get this whole circle thing going.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Jonathan, what does Dead Cells Thing mean? Like a crossover between Dead Cells and the Thing? And do you mean the 1983 thing or the 2011 thing? Or there was a 50s The Thing as well?
Or is this a reference to This Is a Thing?
Oh, or maybe actually I brought out a thing yesterday. Here's my thing.
Oh, nice.
From Addams Family. It's not really from Addams Family, but it's a hand disembodied, so that's what people think of. Actually, I think I might hack this apart while you're doing that.
I'd lend you a hand, but I'm busy. Oh. I wish I would have lined things up better.
Well, if you weren't such a hack, maybe you would have.
That's what I got to say to that, bro.
Just a typical Wednesday night in the old shop.
Why are you hacking it apart?
Oh, because I'll show it for people who didn't see yesterday. I got this little wizard knight in a chariot that's supposed to ride it, like so.
Yeah.
Right, but it's crooked, so I need to cut it off and upright them.
I'm gonna live dangerously here.
Oh man, living on the edge.
Put the lead at a length that will encourage its snapping.
Hi Malcolm. Ever make mixed media sculptures, like maybe adding fur or hair to a creature? Well, if you've seen my Shadow of the Colossus build so far, just keep watching that. The answer is very much yes. Fur and pretty much every media that I know how to work in ended up on that thing. Also, I have a tutorial about adding found objects and stuff to your sculpture if you want to check that out. It's in my Sculpey 101 series. Kaji asks, is your favorite game Zelda 1? I saw some of the Zelda sculptures you made in your how-to videos. I wouldn't say it's my favorite game, but it is the game that I feel like inspired the most, probably creative drive in me to get into making video games for a living. So it has a very special place in my heart. Boop. Oh man, I should cut that at a bad angle.
Can you?
It's all good.
But I mean, if you. No,
that makes it worse.
There's no way to salvage.
Yeah.
That,
I mean, I have to resculpt the whole stump anyway, so it's really not a big deal.
Do you want me to hold it while you start it upright?
Nah, it's fine. Just roughly removing it. It's like the movie Saw, but way less interesting. You like this sound, Mr. Tree Stump? The sound of a hacksaw going through aluminum foil? It's pretty awesome. It's, you know, it's what the kids are into these days, and I try to deliver. Alright, stump away. Is this an Enya song? Stump away, stump away, stump away. My art teacher in high school would always play Enya every art class. I think it was the same album every time.
Did you grow up around here?
No, North Pole, Alaska.
Oh, that's right. What I knew that. Ah, man. No, my art teacher did the same thing too.
Also played.
Yeah, it was Enya and John Mellencamp.
Okay.
Not that there's anything wrong with either of them.
No.
But
I have an Enya album or two.
I definitely heard a lot of it.
Stick this dude here.
If I was to try this, what I think I would do is print it out and then get some, I don't know, like I'm sure that they've got for fabric or something like an embossing roller. So then I could,
dude,
or transfer paper.
Here's what, yeah, you can literally flip it over, put paper on it, trace that paper. Flip it. I actually have carbon paper in my living room. Although you're like 95% done, aren't you?
I think we're probably far enough. Well, and also the problem with without having the printout is I'd be transferring onto the part that we'd want to paint.
Yeah.
And
the paint's opaque. It's gonna
paint is opaque, and you're absolutely right. I was still thinking in my head of
the transparent stuff.
Well, not just of but of doing stains instead of paint.
Oh. You got stains on the brains.
I do. Always trying to preserve that wood grain. Said that's part of the fun of using wood is you get all that free texture. Literally. Lobbed off a lot of the head as red.
In general.
Oh yeah, and then so the thing that I was unsure about too is, so this is his eye, and I was thinking about possibly just painting it yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually
Really
on
make it
top.
pop.
Yeah. Is the only painted thing on the top layer. And then everything else is
It's just wood.
yeah, is wood.
It could be cool.
I wasn't sure. Like I said, I get nervous, and that's one where if I do it wrong, then I do kind of ruin it. And don't want to do that. I could put a googly eye on there after the fact.
Yeah, googly eyes are always a good addition.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Tree Stump, that stump sign goes out to you. Don't say I never did anything for you.
This long line defining his arm against his body is.
Isn't this pretty much all the same color in there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you don't even need to define
I could
it.
probably just
Paint that whole area the same color blue.
I guess so. All right. Well, here's where we're at right now.
Beautiful.
It is challenging to see the pencil lines.
Yeah, I probably can't see that very well. You hold it at just the right angle. Okay, yeah, there you can see. Yeah. Okay, so I think the next thing we should do is get this guy, flip him over, and then I'm going to use this piece again just as a test. And basically just be like,
That is going way faster.
etc., etc. And then we can just flip that over and put our cool paint in the patterns. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to paint that guy with regular paint while I work on getting this part set up?
Sounds good.
Here, you should use that for reference. Don't let the camera see your code. Not that I don't trust these guys.
Regular paints. Where does one find them?
Right,
Oh man,
there's like a million billion kinds.
Yeah.
I would just use any like probably all the colors you would need, and just those craft paints work totally fine.
Blue Harbor.
Do you think you would want this glass going right to the edge, or do you think a little inset is better?
I normally put stuff to the edge because I can always trim it down later. Yeah. At least I assume I can.
I mean, at least you could like sand it with a belt sander if you needed to.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess I am gonna trim this side here because it's a little rough. I forgot to do that beforehand. But I mean, I'm just gonna take off the thinnest amount possible just to clean up the edge.
Okay. All right. See you, Jonathan. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, who wants to choose what kind of music we listen to next? We've got movie soundtrack. We've got black metal. We've got techno. We've got white metal. We've got no white power metal. Sorry, guys. We've got the camera just stopping.
Alright, should I get out and let you?
No, you just do this. And then gotta go back into the software and say view live shoot. And it's gonna flip to that. Then I go into my camera and then I say, hey, go to that. And then it's like, what, you mean this? And I'm like, no, I don't mean that. And it's like, well, what do you mean? So I go to this. And then it's like, oh. Okay. I think we'll be back in business now. Mr. Tree Stump wants offensive rap. Well, I'm trying to keep this channel PG, so the only kind of rap I can offer you is some really bad 90s Christian hip-hop. So if that's what you want instead, I will play it.
Offends your musical sensibilities.
Yes.
Is that the offensive you're looking for?
Right. If that's the kind of offense you want, I've got plenty of that.
Basically, I'm pulling out a bunch of blues.
Good call. And then find the one that kind of speaks to you the most. Seems to match the source the best.
Oh, and I've got these throwaway areas for small tests.
Let's see, our camera decided to freeze again. So let's click on that, and that makes it unfreeze. Interesting. Okay. So clicking on it reminds it that it exists. Otherwise it forgets. There's a lot of babysitting going on just to stream. It's not the best. Vanilla Ice is bad enough to be offensive. Yes, Brad Davidson. You know, just the fact that he took that Bowie riff and well, I don't know. Maybe that's homage. I don't know anymore. Purple Gray says DC Talk. I do have a DC Talk album. I have their one that was really big in the early 90s. What was it called? I think it's called Jesus Freak.
I haven't painted in a long time.
Are you afraid?
I am afraid.
Do not be afraid. Let's get you I was going to say a bib. No, I'm just going to get you a plate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Here's a plate.
Is there a brush here that you recommend for me?
So, I feel like you can't really go wrong.
Work, yeah.
Yeah, I would actually use maybe. Actually, I feel like this one is pretty good because you can get really wide with it, or you can get thinner depending on what you feel like you need. You can probably get good coverage, and this is a fairly high quality compared to those.
Okay, let me make sure I ruin it.
Yeah.
All right.
Here's the good part: if you completely ruin it, you can just paint over it.
Yeah. Oh, I meant ruin the brush. I'm worried about taking care of your stuff.
No, you don't. None of my stuff is expensive enough to be of concern.
I am also gonna literally ask you about every color, as cool. I have partial color blindness, so some things are a challenge for me.
Well, you are correct that is blue, so you're doing a good job so far.
This looks like a nice blue for his orb and pants in the back. Maybe mix it with a little ivory to lighten it up some more.
I would actually take a more saturated blue like this, and then mix that with a lighter color.
Yeah, and that's why I came over here. Do you shake these before?
It helps.
Okay. Oh, it says shake well indeed.
Shake well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
shake it, baby. You're practically a cam girl now.
Give people something to watch. Give the camera some action.
This is how you keep 11 people watching.
Yeah. 10, 9, 8. Oh.
You didn't shake it hard enough.
Yeah.
Let's see. Brad Davidson is asking, what are we doing today? We are doing a character from the game Dead Cell. Well, the character from the game Dead Cells, the protagonist, if you will. And Pat is my friend, and he used a scroll saw to cut out the character's shape in plywood. And now we're working on giving it some color and some life. So I recommended putting like a stained glass background behind him. And then Pat's filling in the colored areas with... Oh, okay, let me show you. This is what you want to do. You want to actually put down a goodly blob And what was the blue you used? This one? This one?
Oh. Shoot. Maybe it was this one.
Yeah. No. It's this one. It's this one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's it. I recognize that.
Yeah, and then take your brush with the light stuff, mix it in. You want more, dip it, mix it in, and go until you have a color that you like. And then once you're happy with that color, just mix it thoroughly in that spot.
I'm so nervous. This is such a foreign thing to me.
The materials that you're using are literally pennies. That brush is probably also literally worth pennies. The plate you're on is less than a penny.
Okay.
And if you mess up anything on there, you just blow dry it and then paint over it.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to worry about.
All right. What do you think about this for his pant leg?
Yeah, so basically you're doing that kind of zigzag glow from from the orb. That's going to be this area here.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, and what's really, so you could do it all in one solid color, and then you could take like a darker blue and mix another batch, and then go in and kind of do a little bit to kind of fade
highlights,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I will do then.
Hey, Eleanor Snippy. Welcome. And howdy S. Hello. What did God say? Oh no, this isn't going to get racist, is it? It got racist. Oh, looks like I get to block my first person. This is exciting. Oh, I don't even know how blocking tools work. Let's see here. If I right click, do I get a block? No, but I could save an image of his thumbnail. Let's see, streaming options. Optional features. Okay, tell you what, howdy yes. Because I literally don't know how to block you yet, I'm just going to ask you nicely, stop being gross, and you're welcome after that. And then if you continue to be gross, I'll just have to figure out how to block you. Let's see, so all the color inside his body is in that wood, right?
Yes.
So, okay, I'm just doing a silhouette. Cool. Oh, forgot to get new music on. Uno momento, por favor. Alright. Gonna go for something chill. So chill. You guys will fall asleep.
Oh man, I didn't even realize that is a CD. That is a compact disc player that you have.
I literally only listen to CDs.
That's pretty rad.
Kicking it old school.
I mean, obviously, I have many CDs, but I can't remember the last time I actually plugged it in and listened to it.
Yeah. Oh, it's a thing. All right, thanks, Mr. Howdy. Oh, and thanks, Mr. Tree Stump, for the tip. I'll know for next time. That little smoky trail, you've got that filled in. Or are you gonna cut it out, this little section here?
I'm gonna cut out that little section.
Okay.
Once again, the last minute plans.
Of mice and men.
Wanting to be here relatively on time.
Appreciate it.
If I would have known all the technical difficulties, I would have taken my time.
Yeah. I like to surprise people with my technical difficulties. Keeps y'all on your feet, right? The fact that my feed randomly freezes up for no reason.
Should I be laying down more paint here? Or is this
I think once you put
fine.
this on, you're not gonna see much of a variation at all. Like I think you could literally be almost blind and you'd still pull this off just fine. Like you have set yourself up in such a way that you cannot fail. You're too big to fail.
I realized I did not properly get all his arm drawn out, but that's okay.
Looks like it's all pretty much the same thing,
Elbow
regardless.
Is, yeah.
Hi, Leighton. Thanks for coming on. It's a very interestingly shaped sword.
Yes. I honestly don't remember which sword it is, which is a little embarrassing. It might be the Rusty Sword. I don't think it's the Frantic Sword. They've been changing the art, so I also kind of can't feel too bad.
Oh, okay. Now, are you thinking you are going to do the orb with paint? You don't want to have the orb be stained glass as well? Because it seems like it glows. It seems like it'd probably be good to
we can totally
cut
do that.
area. Okay.
We can just cut it out later.
Cut it out!
I'll waste the few cents in case.
Okay.
Oops. You don't want to go to sleep yet.
Oh, my monster of a son would not be offensive on my own. You would troll me, Mr. Tree Stump, but you would not be offensive on my stream. Mostly because I would kick you out of the house and you'd have no place to live. And you would become some kind of a roaming beggar. What is that? Oh, a hobo. You'd become a hobo.
Roaming. You know, even though it's darker, I'm just gonna do the feet and other stuff in the lighter color. Oh, no, I won't. I won't. Immediately rescind that comment.
It's too late. It's out there. It's on the internet. Can't take it back.
No, this is a pretty darn good blue as is, I think.
That's a beautiful blue. It's a glossy enamel, so it's gonna have weird mixing properties with the stuff. It's not gonna hurt it, though. You might.
Oh, did I just grab the wrong blue one? I did. I meant to grab the one I was using before. Oh well.
Yeah, like I said, you can't hurt it. You can't ruin it. Let's see. So this actually has some interesting shape going on in here that we want to replicate. All right, Purple Grace. Thanks for stopping by. Sounds like a lot of folk drop out from lateness. So this is actually really good information for me. It's telling me I need to start my streams earlier. I guess I could have intuited that by the fact that I'm on the West Coast and I'm, you know, later than the rest of the U.S. But then there's the whole rest of the world thing where it's like they're just all over the place. It's like right now it's the morning in France. I learned that from a French guy from my first stream. He said that he was from, I asked him why he wasn't watching Game of Thrones, and he said it was morning in France, and he doesn't watch Game of Thrones before he goes to work. And so I was giving him a hard time, asking him to prove that he was actually from France. And it took him a while, but then he told me that the sun was rising over, like, Chateau, blah, 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 you know, some French, and that was like, okay, I believe you now. Hey, Malcolm, thanks. Yeah, for all you guys leaving, I agree. I'm going to start this earlier from now on. Okay, so art question for you. Do you want to do this background, or do you want to commission me to do the background and make it all like faded and arty to try to reproduce that, or do you just want to do just try a general thing so it's all yours?
I'm happy if you want to try something. Okay. Like I said, I mean, this is pretty much a big experiment for me, and it sounds like you as well. Yeah. So let's have fun with it, and as long as the main piece doesn't get ruined. Yeah. I agree with that. I think I'll put that over there. I need to find. I certainly am more than happy to say, here's this thing that I made with the help of my good buddy Josh. And it's streamed on YouTube. You guys can go watch it on his channel now. Like and subscribe. Yeah, that. I want to cut this off now. Can you hand me that X-Acto knife that's hanging on the the magnet strip? Thank you. Oh man, all these people are leaving, but we're still up to 14. All right, Malcolm. Don't stay in the middle. That was well thought out and executed. But I do. Yeah. Right about this, simply scoring the plastic should be able to snap it. Oh, snap!
fuchsia-y, purpley, pinky. Okay, there's like an ocean in the background, the horizon that goes over the hand. Now the ball glow. Got a purple to blue in the bottom. Okay. Now I've never mixed the blue with the black, but it definitely demands some darker tones. So we'll see what happens. Oh, hello.
Get out of here, buggy.
Who is that bug? Bug I do not want. You live in the garbage now.
Some of these items are very abstract when I look at them.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
It might be time to close.
Time to close the garage. Look at that brilliant system I have right there. It almost never breaks anything.
Yeah, that was terrifying. Maybe I pulled out a little much here.
Is there in fact paint in here? Charcoal black. Oh, okay, that was the leading. I don't want leading, I want dark.
I've got to stop stressing out about this paint by numbers.
It's about as easy as it gets.
The reality is too, with a lot of these, you know, like you're not really gonna see it so much as just kind of have an impression of the line.
Yeah. This is a big annoying bug.
Need to move out of the way at all.
Nah, I'm just trying to get the camera up where it can see everything. Where it's too late, it's seen it all. Okay.
Busy nature. I don't have time for your shenanigans.
And half of this is dried in there. I have other blue. Tell me I have other blue. What is this? Brown. Don't want no brown. Where are you? Oh yeah, I know about.
It's like, why do I have these random pencil lines here? Because I need to paint them. That's why. They'll stop stressing about the blues being now slightly different. Because it turns out it's just like that real thin line there. Part of me is upset at how like simple this is, but I'm like, oh yeah, but it's because I spent like,
yeah, a million hours making that cutout to begin with.
So maybe I've earned a break.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like you set yourself up really well. Like a yellow ocean.
That was pretty cool. What? Oh, I should have done that.
It's time for Mega Purple.
I think Oh, camera.
You rascally camera.
I will study this.
Good. Back in action. Leighton says that he was sure this was the Fury guy without his cape. But it's Dead Cells?
Yup.
Correct, sir. Thou art correct. I've heard Fury is interesting, but I have not played it.
Nor have I. It is on the list. Alright, I'm just going to try to mix his shoulder armor has a tiny bit of red in it.
So when you were making your stained glass stuff, were you using a machine to cut the glass, or did you just use a glass
cutter by hand? Yeah. Technically, a friend has a glass saw.
Yeah.
A ring saw, but I've not gotten around to actually using it. He's got like this peachy color for his streamer.
Peachy streamer?
Yeah. I should probably go wash this brush a little bit, I think. What is the most efficient way?
Out and around that way. And then the kitchen sink is directly to your right.
Thank you.
Around the fridge. So this is the background that I'm trying to do here, and let's see how clear I can make that real quick. So I'm gonna be doing this like really yellow reflected ocean. That's should be cool. We'll see. I was just showing them your emails.
Great. Want my passwords?
Credit card info.
Oh yeah. Cannot forget that.
So the upper part is pretty purpley. etching medium. I haven't heard that yet. So I'm mixing in a bunch of this clear so that the
We got a big dangly bit.
oh, thank you. It's like a Rancor slobber. Mixing in that clear so that the final result will be more transparent, so that you'll see less of the color and more of the light coming through.
Nice.
Because the sky, we want the sky to feel lighter than the ground and the water.
I guess all this effort is pretty much going to force me to give the staining a try, at the very least tomorrow in the morning. This is really all just that color. Oh my god, that is so much brighter now that I've put it on the wood.
Super easy to fix.
Metallic sequin black. I'm not sure I want that one.
That's not what you want. So you're trying to make it less. What color are you trying to do? You're trying to do that color?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would actually do a little bit of a like even that slate blue, just a little bit of that in there,
Okay.
and that'll like neutralize.
Tie the room together.
Yeah. Oh boy. This is one of the reasons I really like not having a beard anymore. I can lean way over paint. Yellow. What happened to the yellow?
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Is.
Yep.
Is this the yellow you're looking for?
That is the yellow. Jason Pollock art right now.
I should have just put broad defining bits. It would have been far saner than what I've done.
Yeah, you live and you learn. Usually. Sometimes you just live.
Birth of a rhyme. Yep. I'm Paco.
Someone knows you?
Yeah.
Paco!
Old camera's a tad out of focus. Man, if he's referring to me, then yeah, I'm struggling with focus for a long time.
Thanks, Birth. Oh, no, it was Brad. Thanks, Brad. And Nasser, yes, we'll make sure that we show you the final result next live stream, hopefully. Pat will provide pictures.
Is there another plate for me now? I feel like I've tapped this one out.
For you, I've always got a plate.
Thank you.
Did you find out where you know Birth of a Rhyme from?
I do not.
Birth of a Rhyme, how do you know Paco? I mean, just that nickname gives away some information, surely.
Yeah.
Since your name is not actually Paco, as far as I know.
Not yet, anyway.
His brightest spot is right over his shoulder, yeah. Put some transparent right there. And then blend that into the color. Paco probably knows me as Nana Man.
What?
Nana Man? Is that a man made out of a banana?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about you, Nana Man. Beastie Boys Sure Shot basically can be misheard as singing about you. Banana, 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 nana man, banana, 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 nana man. It's repeat ad nauseum.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Were you actually a Beastie Boy?
No.
You sound like you could have been.
I'm
with mad rhymes and
Yeah.
flow like that.
I know. But sometimes looks could be deceiving, friend. I was a boy, but
not really.
not of the beast nature.
Okay. What did you ever play Altered Beast?
You bet I did.
Let's see what this is. Yeah, I mean, it just looks terrible until it dries. But at least I can confirm I got most of the colors in the right place. I think I'm gonna see how much darker I can get the ground. So I do have charcoal black.
Nice.
Which looks like really light gray. But we'll see.
Is a charcoal by another name not as dark? That's how the saying goes, right?
Something like that, yeah. I mean, I feel no pressure on this background just because it's pretty, like, background and fairly abstract. I mean, it's clearly representing land and an ocean and a sky, but even with all that, it's still pretty groovy, crazy. Oh, I forgot the yellow here. Are you gonna be at PAX like all week?
Yeah, I always do 4 days.
Nice.
I've got a spiral system to
Okay.
make sure I see as much as I can.
Nice.
Taking notes.
A couple years ago, I had one day, I think it was a Saturday, I went, and I literally spent the entire day trying to get that stupid Wind Waker HD t-shirt. And so I was just standing in like 6 different lines for the entire day. I was, sunk cost fallacy, right? I just like, after the first couple, I was like, oh, I put in so much time, I can't not walk away with the shirt. Yeah.
Okay,
That was a
so
big old fat waste.
I have messed up very little.
Yeah.
His
I won't
orb,
complain.
like his orb.
We-
Oh no,
we're
no,
gonna
that's
cut
that's
that
a
out.
hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed. Okay, so that's actually fine. Orb's fine. There's a sharp point on his belt or near his belt, Down. Yep, there. No, left.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. That little triangle, and then up by his cape, I've got
Let's see.
rectangle. Yeah, I think that's it though.
Yeah.
I think I've got everything else filled in.
I would take your darker blue get a fresh brush and just take a dab of blue and just slowly like work it out that way, and you'll get that nice gradient.
Oh, okay.
It'll accentuate the light.
I will grab a fresh brush. Anyway, and fill in said aforementioned missing spots.
Oh, and we got a teeny tiny little bug who wanted to be a part of your art. Contributed his body to art.
Okay, hopefully that actually ends up being the right color when it dries. Oh, Beastie Boys Sure Shot.
Is that what you were rapping?
Yeah. For Birth of a Rhyme.
Don't be a nappin' when Paco's a rappin'. That's what I have to say. Nasir is asking how to overcome the fear of painting. You love to sketch, but get scared to paint them that might ruin your work. Well, I'd say the easy way to deal with that is to just make, like, either scan your art and print it out, or just take it to a photocopier and make a copy. Make 10 copies, and then just blast away on those, and you're going to learn a ton. Just expect that you're going to throw them away, and you're just learning about how the paint moves and builds up and mixes and all that kind of stuff. I am by no means an expert painter, but I know enough about art in general to know that that's pretty solid advice.
Yeah, I'm an expert messer-upper.
Mm-hmm.
There's a talk I saw on a guy, it is a woodworking talk, and he had put 60 hours into this one particular piece, and he was shaving it down, and then he said something happened, like a phone call or something distracted him. So he came back down and then cut the piece the wrong way.
Oh.
And, you know, and so instead of it being a nice smooth thing, everything tore up, and he said it was just devastating. He said 60 hours, and it's all ruined. It's all gone. Okay, so you said I'll go wash this brush again.
No, you don't need to do that.
And then...
because you're using a dark blue. So just take a blob of this. What color were you using? Where's the brush you were using? That one? Let me see.
That's one. I just did that a little bit there.
Yeah. So just do that. And since you're mixing it into lighter anyway, it's totally fine. So yeah, just start in that corner and just kind of... And you'll end up like basically dry brushing as it gets towards that edge.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, there's another thing for you, is just have Josh tell you, just go do it. Because
just do this.
It's been such a long time since I've done any sort of painting, and I'm super nervous about this. But Josh told me to, so here I am.
Yeah, you have to now. That's the rules.
Like just something like that, or keep building it up somewhere?
No, I think that's good. Like, let's get a feel for it. Yeah, I would maybe do that one more time. Get the dark going out a little bit further this time. So I'm using this canned air to blow the little bubbles that formed in the stained glass paint. Because those kind of ruin the illusion a little bit. Having texture on there is really cool because there's lots of like fun rippled textured glass. But little bubbles, not so much. And look, when you flip over, well, you probably can't see because I'd have to get way too close. But when you flip it over, you can see the bubbles really well. So that's the nice thing about this stuff is you can't, you won't like accidentally miss something after it's dried. You can see it before it dries.
Standing up and looking at this.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah. I think
he also had, like, if you want to do that same thing on the inside of his arm there, I think that could help too.
Oh, his like elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean,
this is actually turning out
honestly
a lot better than I was expecting.
I was gonna say you can do the dark to light almost anywhere, almost randomly, and it's gonna look good because there's so much just crisscrossing and movement and stuff like that. Hey Brad, thanks for hanging out for as long as you did. And yeah, I plan to have like a pretty big variety of things going on these streams. They probably won't go this long. This one I just want to see how long before my computer crashes to try to figure out why it's crashing. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. Nasir, what we are doing is we're making this is a project my friend Pat is making. He used his scroll saw to cut this wood into the shape of a character from the game Dead Cells, and then right now we're painting the background. So like this piece of wood is going to go behind there and fill in the character, and then this clear piece of plastic is going to go behind all of that. Oh, and there goes the camera. It's going to go behind all of that and be like a backlit kind of stained glass looking thing. So, just helping a friend with the project because I didn't really have anything I could do for a live stream tonight, and he had a thing. So I was like, hey, come over and stream.
I think I'm done.
Yeah.
Question mark?
Let me look at this one more time. Let me do this real quick. Bringing the camera right back. In theory, go to that, go to that. Okay, should be back now. Alright. Yeah, we're about to wrap it up here, I think. So, I'm not going to touch this to the paint, but just to give an idea.
Here, I'll hold the back one.
Okay.
Got the back one, and then we can kind of like...
Yeah, so you can see...
That's really challenging.
Yeah. That sort of thing.
You'd have an overhead cam at some point.
Yeah. And then this will be behind all of it. So, yeah. So I think you'll do your final cuts and sandwich it all together and maybe stain it, maybe not, and take a picture and email it to me, and then I'll show it to you guys next time we stream.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's just go ahead and call it a night. Thanks for stopping by, everyone, and we'll see you next stream. I might stream tomorrow night. We'll see. Like I said, just trying to test and see when most people can show up. And it sounds like we probably want to start this earlier, so that will probably be the case. All right. See you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.